Welcome into OutKick the Show. I am your fearless leader, Clay Travis. I hope all of you are enjoying the whipping that the Atlanta Braves are presently putting on the Miami Marlins. You know 2020 has lost its mind when the Braves are about to go 5-0 in the postseason and advance to the NLCS for the first time in a very long time. That game currently going on as I am taping. 7-0 lead for the Braves in the bottom of the fifth. A lot to get into, but right off the top, I want to tell you some good news, all right? Listen closely. The state of Tennessee is going to allow sports gambling soon. Many of you out there are from the state of Tennessee. Many of you out there are from the state of Michigan. Both of those states are opening up, but right now, you can go sign up in Tennessee at FanDuel.com/Clay. If you do that, you get $50 free just for signing up right now. And the minute that you can start making gambling plays, they'll also give you an incredible first bet offer. Just trust me on that. Probably going to be a little while, sometime this month before gambling, I'm told, is officially going to go live in Tennessee. Go right now to FanDuel.com/Clay. Make sure you get signed up and are on your way to making yourself, hopefully, really rich off the blood bank guarantee and more. Go to FanDuel.com/Clay, get signed up in Tennessee, get $50 right off the top, and you'll be able to be notified the minute you can start legally placing bets in the great state of Tennessee. Same thing is true for Michigan. And by the way, any state out there, if you sign up right now, the minute that it becomes legal in your state, and it's already legal in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, West Virginia, Iowa, Colorado, Indiana, Illinois, the minute that it becomes legal in your state, they will let you know. FanDuel.com/Clay. Get signed up today. It's going to take the state of Tennessee for sure by storm. All right. Also, go sign up for the OutKick VIP. We need you. We want you. We want you in our crew. We want to be able to expand and continue to hire like we are. We've got a bunch of hires that we're about to announce where we're going to be doing more content, better content, outstanding things. Make OutKick.com your destination spot on the internet, on your phone, however you get on and check out what's going on in the world. Make us your destination point. We're about to add a scoreboard at the top. Many of you have been requesting that there be a scoreboard on our site so you can get updates on every sport under the sun. We are going to have that debuting soon. Make OutKick.com your destination point and go sign up for the VIP today. Jason Whitlock, myself, all of our writers, we want to welcome you in, and we appreciate everything that you are doing to help us grow. September was the best month ever. Make October the next best month ever. All right, Titans under fire as details of their workouts continue to grow. They just placed tight end Michael Pruitt on the IR COVID list. Another practice squad player also on. 2 more positives officially announced today. The question is, what's the result going to be? Okay? So far, by the way, all the Titans players are fine. 0 issues health-wise with any of them. That's because, like almost everyone who tests positive for COVID and is somewhat young and is somewhat healthy, it is 0 of an issue for them, right? That's the reality. People don't want to talk about it. I keep hammering it. I'm going to keep saying it because so many people need to hear it. 0 to 19 years old. Your recovery rate, if you test positive, is 99.997%. If you are under 50, your recovery rate is 99.98%. If you are under 70, your recovery rate is 99.5%. And even if you are over 70, 94.6% recovery rate. So the odds of this being a major issue for any NFL player are incredibly low, okay? That's the factual truth. So as we continue to roll forward, what I believe is key here is figuring out how to deal with the Titans situation. What is and what are the potential remedies to solve this issue? I'll tell you. Number one is let's play the game. If I were the NFL commissioner, at this point in time, I would say Titans, Bills, if you can have one day where you don't have a positive test on Friday, I would say, boom, this game is on for Monday, and we are going to move the Chiefs game against the Bills to Saturday or Sunday. Okay, that would be one solution because right now Chiefs-Bills is scheduled on a Thursday. Play the Titans game on a Monday. That gives the Titans a couple of days to officially get ready. The Bills are probably going to win because the Titans are going to have a lot of players out, particularly at the wide receiver position. So the Bills would still have an advantage, but you can go ahead and play the game. I think that's the best possible remedy. Play it on Monday, maybe on Tuesday. Figure out a way to get the game in, okay? That's number one. Second option, go ahead and extend the season. Add an additional week, or don't even add a week. Just go ahead and make it so that there's no week off between the AFC and the NFC championship game and going into the Super Bowl. I have talked to a bunch of people in the television universe. All of them tell me that television doesn't care if the Super Bowl gets played a couple of weeks later. If they extend the NFL season, it's no big deal. You could add a week to the end of the season. For teams that need to play, they play. For everybody else, they get a bye week. So basically, the teams that are able to play a clean schedule would get a week's reward. The teams that are not would end up having to play an extra week, so you don't add an additional bye week to their schedule. That seems like it makes an awful lot of sense. The third option, play less games. I would think that if you say, hey, some teams may only play 15, some teams may only play 14, it's not an ideal scenario, but it makes the most sense. And the final option is forfeit games. I think it would be an awful precedent for the NFL to set to forfeit any games. First of all, it's not fair, right? If I'm sitting around right now and I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers, I would say, wait a minute, we didn't do anything wrong. We got our bye week bumped up. We got everything changed. The Bills get a forfeit, and we have to actually change our bye week and change everything about the way that we are playing, and they get a forfeit and we don't. Furthermore, the NFL in the 110-year history of the league has never led to a forfeit, okay? It's never happened in the 110-year history of the league. It's a bad precedent to set this year when there may be other teams with positives. Why is it a bad precedent? Because it actually incentivizes teams to lie about positive tests or hide them to avoid having to worry about losing a game because of forfeit. So that's a major concern here. I think it sets the wrong precedent. Now, if the NFL wants to punish the Titans because of these practices that they had or these improper gatherings of teammates, I think that's a valid concern. I think they could punish the Titans, take away draft picks going forward, do something. Certainly a big dollar fine would make sense. But the idea of forfeiting games is a really, really bad option and doesn't make sense at all. And it isn't fair for the larger league, and it is an awful idea to set forward because there may be other teams that have issues with COVID this season as well. So that is my breakdown there. The positive continues to be everybody is obsessed with positive tests, but there's almost no coverage of the fact that the people who test positive, most of them are asymptomatic or have no symptoms at all. And so this is worth paying attention to going forward. Not only should the positive test be covered, but the fact that these guys are having almost no difficulties whatsoever should be a part of the discussion and analysis as well. All right. For the games that are actually taking place, we've got Thursday night football going on this weekend, starting tonight. Thursday night football is off and rolling. The Bucs are going on the road against the Bears, and Tom Brady is starting to get hot on the field in a big way. 5 touchdown passes to 5 different receivers on Sunday against the Chargers. Never happened before for Brady. 4 touchdown passes in his final 20 passes, during which time he posted a perfect passer rating. The Bears went to Nick Foles too early, are coming off of a loss for the Colts against the Colts. I believe the Bucs are going to cover right around the 3.5 point line, and the under is going to hit as well. So tonight's game, I have got the Bucs and I have got the under. I encourage all of you to tap the vein and hop in and go ahead and start to take a ride on NFL Week 5 at FanDuel.com/Clay. That's FanDuel.com/Clay. Bucs and the under is the pick. How about the vice presidential debate last night? Vice presidential debate to me looked more like a normal debate should look. Whether you're a Republican, whether you're a Democrat, I thought Mike Pence got the better of Kamala Harris. I thought he was the more comfortable debater. I thought that he looked ready to be president if he needed to be president. and I thought he was a better advocate for the Donald Trump administration than Donald Trump often is. I thought that Harris was just okay as an advocate for Joe Biden. And what I would say in general is this debate is setting the table for what 2024 is going to be like, right? 2020, regardless of who wins, I don't think Joe Biden is going to run again. Obviously, if Trump were to win, he can't run again. And so I think what's going to happen is we're setting up for a major battle royale for who are the nominees going to be in 2024. And that is actually going to be, despite what everybody says about 2020, 2024 is going to be the more significant election. And given the fact that Joe Biden, if he wins, is going to be a lame duck and Donald Trump will be term limited out, the president is probably only going to have 18 months or so to be relevant as the president until everybody starts to turn the page towards 2024 and wonder who the next president of the United States is going to be. So I thought this vice presidential debate was an interesting preview for what debates might look like in 2024 when you know Mike Pence is going to be running for president and when you know Kamala Harris is going to be running for president as well. Both of those people would enter into the races with strong bona fides. I'm curious to see how exactly it would shake out. So that is my thoughts on the vice presidential debate in general. There's now a debate about what should happen with the October 15th debate in Miami, the October 22nd debate in Nashville. I think both of them should happen. I think both of them need to happen, and I think they need to happen in person, provided the president can post negative test results and be no longer a threat to anybody based on COVID. All right, college football gambling picks, and then I am out of here to go pick up one of my kids at school. We don't have a Fox Bet Live or a Lock It In today, so no television show for me. So I've got 12 winners for you here. Tap the veins, boys and girls. I've been saying it all week. Tennessee plus the points is my blood bank guarantee. I gave it out at 14. It's down to 12.5. I love Tennessee keeping this game close. I think it's going to be low-scoring, physical football game in Athens. I think that Georgia will win, but Tennessee will be in a position to potentially win, and more importantly, if you are a gambler, they are going to cover. Duke-Syracuse. Syracuse, wrong team is favored in this game. My guy Dino Babers, he's going to cover and win outright. Duke is 0-4. Makes no sense for Syracuse to be an underdog. How about Oklahoma, Texas? Remember when the Red River rivalry, Red River shootout? Remember when it was a huge, massive game and you couldn't miss it? That ain't this year. Oklahoma and Texas combined 1-3, and lucky they're not 0-4. Over 72 is the play there. Mississippi State, Kentucky. Kentucky staring down the barrel of an 0-5 start if they lose this game because they play Tennessee and Georgia in their next two. They've got to win this game to avoid starting 0-5 with Mark Stoops. I believe it's going to be a high-scoring affair. Mike Leach goes on the road. KJ Costello gets his mojo back. The offense starts to have some success. Over in Lexington is the play. The U. Are they back? They're going on the road against Clemson. I think the U is way too big of an underdog at 14.5. Clemson is going to have their hands full early, maybe late as well with De'Aaron King. I like the U on the road to cover the 14.5. Ole Miss, Bama. This number has come plummeting down in the over-under. I think Bama's going to blow them out. Nick Saban has been saying that, Lane Kiffin has been saying that Nick Saban is elderly. Saban is 20-0 against former assistant coaches. He has beaten the pants off, not literally, beaten the pants off figuratively, a lot of these coaches. I think Nick Saban is going to hang 60 potentially on Lane Kiffin. They have moved back the start of this game, so weather is less likely to be a concern. You can get it all the way down at 69 now on the over-under. Nice. And Bama minus 23.5 or 24. I like both of those. Florida, Texas A&M. What about the irony of Kyle Trask being named after Kyle Field in College Station and potentially coming into A&M and taking over inside of the football field that he was named after? I think that's going to happen. There's going to be a lot of offensive scoring going on here. And I like Florida's Kyle Trask to be the Heisman Trophy winner, and also for there to be a lot of points scored both directions. The Gator defense, not that great. This A&M offense can score some points. Florida can't stop anybody. More importantly, the Florida offense is for real. I think they get rolling, and the over is the play. FSU at Notre Dame. Notre Dame wins big. Over 3-touchdown win for Notre Dame, and the Irish, after a couple of weeks off, get back in the swing of things. South Carolina, Vanderbilt. I liked the under early. Number keeps plummeting. I'm thinking about coming back in on the top. I've got like a 7-point middle now. I like the under South Carolina. Vandy. And finally, Mizzou. Sorry, 2 more games. Mizzou on the road against LSU initially. Then they moved it to Columbia, Missouri. The line has shifted by 6 points. That's too many. LSU covers the 14 on the road in Columbia against Mizzou. And then finally, the Arkansas Razorbacks are going to handle things here. They are going to cover the 2-touchdown plus line on the road against Gus Malzahn's team. Not a believer in Bo Nix, like what I've seen from Arkansas so far in terms of how hard they play. That, my friends, is a 12-0 weekend in college football coming straight to you. If you missed some of those picks, you can go check them out at OutKick.com. Go sign up for the VIP. If you're from Tennessee, FanDuel.com/Clay. Go ahead and get signed up. Legal online sports gambling going to arrive in the state of Tennessee just like that. Why not go ahead and sign up so you can make your bets as soon as possible? Good opportunities coming for Tennessee and for the Titans lines in those games as soon as sports gambling becomes officially legal. I love all of you. My name is Clay Travis. DBAP unless you need to SBAP. Look closely, haters. That kiss is for you. Thank you for making me as successful as I am. I couldn't have done it without you. Go Braves. Chop on right into the NLCS. We'll be back, I think, tomorrow with Fox Bet Live. In the meantime, I hope all of you have fantastic Thursdays. Let's get that Titans-Bills game scheduled, and let's get back to playing football. I am Clay Travis, and this has been OutKick the Show.